Begin. 3 points. Winner.
There you go.
Did you teach him that?
Not me.
From Philadelphia, The Design Issue. Here again is Jane Pauley.
The Mandalorian was an instant streaming success when it debuted a few years back. After critical raves, its characters are now hitting the big screen. Tracy Smith visits with the creative force behind the show and the movie, director Jon Favreau.
You could say there's a Mandalorian. There he is. This is the actual N1 spaceship.
In Hollywood, you never know who you might run into.
Here's the Anzellan ship with one of our stars is standing there.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, that's Grogu, Baby Yoda to some. Green, wrinkly, and undeniably cute.
The cute stuff in Star Wars tends to be a little weird looking too. It's not like Disney cute, it's Star Wars cute. He's got weird little hairs and sharp little teeth in there and wrinkly skin and claws. Right.
Yes, his claw.
As director Jon Favreau showed us, that's by design.
There's an analog, handmade feel to a lot of the characters and a lot of the costumes and a lot of the puppets from Star Wars.
In the Star Wars world, Favreau is a force. He created the Disney Plus show, The Mandalorian. Think of it as a space western with a blaster-wielding bounty hunter who protects the tiny but powerful alien, Grogu. Favreau's new movie is based on the show.
Hang on.
The Mandalorian and Grogu comes out this week. It's the first Star Wars film to hit theaters in nearly 7 years.
You will suffer.
And apologies to Pedro Pascal, who plays the Mandalorian, but his co-star tends to steal every scene.
Let's save the rest for after dinner.
Did you know when you guys created Grogu that he would blow up like he did?
We knew it would be exciting. We didn't realize quite what a phenomenon it would be, and then when we saw the balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, that's when it kind of, as a New Yorker, it really hit me like, wow, this has really hit another level.
Yeah, what was that like for you?
It's the whole thing's surreal.
To a young Jon Favreau, growing up in Queens with his father, his mother died when he was 12, Hollywood really felt like a galaxy far, far away.
I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't think being an actor or doing artwork, any of that was a realistic possibility.
That wasn't even in the dreams.
I don't think so. No, I like doing it like in a school play, but I just didn't live in a world where that was a possibility. Fortunately, I had, people in my life like my dad who he was a school teacher but loved what he did. And I learned early on that you should expect that of a life and of a career.
So he dropped out of college and started taking improv classes in Chicago.
Victory, victory, that's our cry.
And at age 26 was cast in the football classic, Rudy.
I gotta go.
And it was a really inspiring film. I thought once I was discovered with that you wouldn't look back.
So once you did Rudy, you thought you were set.
I thought I was in. And I did get an agent and I did, get to go on auditions, but it didn't really pop for me.
All right, just forget it. Forget it. You should forget it. You're living in the past, man. You hung up on some clown from the 60s, man.
He got a few small parts here and there, but he seemed destined to be just another struggling Hollywood actor until he took the advice, write what you know, and turned all that rejection into his first screenplay, Swingers, which became a movie with his buddy Vince Vaughn.
You're so money and you don't even know it.
That's what I keep trying to tell you. So
Could you not mess with me right now?
So much of Swingers' dialogue is classic.
Yes.
I'm sure people come up to you all the time and say, you're so money.
Still, yeah. Well, people my age, but there's also younger people who do.
You think we get there by midnight?
Money, we're gonna be up 500 by midnight.
Yeah! Vegas!
Vegas, baby, Vegas!
It was really a snapshot of where we were living in Hollywood as out-of-work actors. A lot of the dialogue either came from or was inspired by conversations that we had had. The movie didn't make a lot of money, but it opened a door for a lot of us to pursue careers in a more meaningful way.
Sorry.
Favreau had enough juice to start directing. Elf, starring Will Ferrell, was just his second time behind the camera.
The hope was, could this be something that could join the pantheon of other movies like Christmas Story or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Charlie Brown, that show every year that become part of the tradition. Not just here, but around the world, people know that film.
And 3, 2, 1.
Elf's success led to another huge directing job, 2008's Iron Man.
Did your improv roots come into play with Iron Man?
Yeah, always. Because in film, you just need a moment. You just need a twinkle of the eye or an unexpected delivery of a line or a reaction, and that breathes life into this.
Fine.
What do you want me to do?
Put that on the table over there. That is irrelevant.
Oh my God.
Some say Favreau's style, mixing cutting-edge technology with crowd-pleasing characters, made him one of Hollywood's safest bets for big-budget spectacles.
Especially when you have a very effects-driven genre, you want to have moments of spontaneity, inspiration, humanity, because people, at the end of the day, people just care about people. That's what they focus on. That human interaction, those emotional relationships.
And that human connection, even between aliens, is what Favreau thinks makes The Mandalorian and Grogu click.
It's like the father-son relationship that develops between the Mandalorian and Grogu.
And father-son relationships have always been a big part of Star Wars, and this is one of the most positive father-son relationships in Star Wars, and ironically, they're not related in any way, but it is a family of choice, and Star Wars has always been about families coming together.
After all, Jon Favreau, who's 59, still remembers watching the original Star Wars with his family. With this movie, he's hoping other families get to make memories, too.
Take yourself back to that young kid sitting in a theater watching Star Wars for the first time. If somebody had whispered to you, hey, you know, you're going to direct one of these things.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was so unfathomable. To get the opportunity to do Star Wars for the big screen, it feels like you're getting a shot to pitch in the World Series.
Yes! Impressive.
I'm excited to introduce a whole new audience to Star Wars.